Hey, I'm PrinceDerekDoll, and you're watching Burst TV. Make sure you rate, subscribe, like, comment, and share.
Hey, it's your boy Rocky the Chicago Odyssey. Y'all know who I be. Hey, check it out. We on all the T on Verse TV. So today we got Prince Derek Doll in the building. Say
Hey,
what's
everybody.
up.
What's going on, y'all? Thank you for having me.
Hey, anytime. So let's get right into the tea, okay?
Let's get to it.
Alrighty. So you are a dope podcast host, a dope rapper, and judging by your professional pictures, you are also a dope model too.
Thank you. That's a lot of dope. But yes, it's true. I am the co-host for the Darren Green Show podcast. I'm also the moderator and co-producer for Queer Millennials, The Key, which is a talk show geared towards LGBTQ people of color. So
That's dope.
So I'm happy about
Okay.
that, and got some music out, and I freelance model every now and again.
Okay. Come on, music. Okay. Look, you sound like a jack of all trades.
Well, you know what they say, jack of all trade, master of none. So my goal is to prove that to be false. That's the goal. The goal is to
Okay.
make to prove that to be false. Yeah.
Okay, I could dig that. So, for our audience who may not even know, where are you from?
I'm originally from Shreveport, Louisiana. It's a little town like
Louisiana.
2 hours east of Dallas. And I currently live in Newark, New Jersey. I've been here for almost 8 years in April. So I'm on the East Coast now.
Okay, East Coast, but all right, Louisiana. I mean, look, I
I'm a
love
down
Louisiana.
I'm a down south boy, so yeah, I feel like I never really wanted to live on the East Coast. Like when I was in college, I visited here maybe 2 or 3 times, and it always rained. And I was like, man, I would hate to live here. Like it's just, that it doesn't vibe with my energy. I'm a spring baby. When it rains, I just want to go to sleep. When it's cold, like this weather, this is my hibernation season. People usually don't even see me. Once my beard starts growing, you don't see me until March.
Oh, if you was living in Chicago, let me tell you, you would definitely be hibernating in
Could never.
Chicago.
I could never. I don't know where God has, in store for me next, but Lord, please, not Chicago.
Not Chicago. Oh, wait, but I mean, it ain't bad
Y'all
though.
got no. I've been to Chicago. Y'all have great food. I just can't do the weather. It's the weather for me. It's the
I
weather. Great
understand.
food, great
It's
people.
disrespectful. The
I'll
wind is disrespectful.
see y'all in the summer.
So, okay, what do you love most about your origin story?
What do I love most about my origin story?
Mm-hmm.
Everything. No, it's funny that they call it an origin story about like I guess you're talking about like how I got into the arts
Your
or just
humble
like my humble
beginnings,
beginnings.
humble
What I love
beginnings. Yeah.
most about it. So, like I said, I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. It's a small town. It's nothing, not major. But I love the fact that my parents were artists and performers. When I was born, you wouldn't have known that by looking at them. My mom was a professional dancer. My dad was an artist. He was a cartoonist. She was a chef. He could sing. He could dance his ass off.
Sound like
Um,
me.
right. And as a kid, I was always a queer kid. I was peculiar and things like that. But I was heavily involved in the arts. I played cello. I loved theater. I loved to
Come
sing,
on, theater
but I
kid.
but I couldn't dance. And they were like, "You're the son of two dancers. How can you not dance?" But eventually, I took dance in college, and I started dancing like in high school, stuff like that. Um, but I love the fact that me looking back now and looking back at that kid, it's like I would have never, even though I knew then what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be, it didn't seem real, like it was going to happen. But I love the fact that I come from a small town. No matter where I've lived and where I've gone, I've lived in Hollywood, I've worked at CPS.
Come
Me,
on.
me understanding where I came from allows me to appreciate where I've been and where I'm going.
Okay, now, come on now. That's deep. You always saying something deep. I like that. So, how long have you been rapping?
Ooh, how long have I been rapping? So I've been singing since I was 3. I've been rapping since 2010, and I won't say it happened by accident. I've always written my own stuff, but when I moved back from LA, I started hosting an open mic in my hometown, and I won't say it kind of started as a joke. Like we'd have artists and rappers and poets and stuff like that all the time. And I just left my online radio show and I started working on my EP.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this little beat that somebody sent me, and I was like, I should rap on this, just so I can have something to perform at the show. You know what I mean? Just something fun to,
Mm-hmm.
and I did it, and people liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And then another artist asked me to feature on his song, and I was like on your real song, like y'all want me to come and like really perform? Um, and it was like 2:30 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and it came pick me up. Got to the house, and he was like, "This is the beat. We're gonna go through 5 beats. We're gonna agree on the beat, and we're gonna take the next 15 minutes, and we're gonna write." So I'm just like, "Oh shit, I gotta write a verse on the spot." Like it took me it took me 2 weeks to write my song, to write Rihanna Poppin',
Mm-hmm.
But we sat there, conceptualized the song, and like I just went to writing, and they rap a lot faster than me. Like
Mm-hmm.
my style is relatively like slow rap. Like my favorite rappers are like Slick Rick, Nicki, and stuff like that. So
Come on.
I like storytelling and like giving a vibe, Snoop's kind of vibe, E40. That these niggas were
Mm-hmm.
rapping
Like
like
Twister, like
like
the Disney.
Twister and
Mm-hmm.
Busta, and I'm just like, oh my god, I don't know if I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But we made it work. I wrote it and I practiced like maybe twice. Went in the studio. We were done like around like 5:30 in the morning. We
Mm-hmm.
played that song all day. It's called Dress Code, featuring TRT, the Roundtable, and
Okay.
that song is actually what got me to New York. Put it on my EP, and A&R heard it here in the city, and literally hounded me for a week to wrap up things at home and to move to New York to see if we could, make more music. So I surprised myself.
Mm-hmm.
I showed up, I did what I needed to do, and it's been like that ever since.
Okay, okay. So they put you on the spot. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Your story almost remind me of my own story, but I
Hey,
love it though.
we all related. You know what I mean?
Hey. So um what was I? Sorry. What inspires you to enter the industry?
Hmm. Well, I always wanted to. I didn't want my life or like my career. I didn't want it to feel like work.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not lazy by any means, but I'm an Aries. I'm a leader, so it's like I've just never felt comfortable being a part of somebody else. Well, I'm not saying being a part. I'm a great team player, but like I don't like feeling like
Y'all
I need to
natural
build
born
somebody
leaders.
else's dream. You know what I mean? Uh,
Natural born leaders. That's exactly what y'all are.
and so it's like I like setting my own course. I love using my imagination and like creating things. I like taking things out of my head and actually seeing them manifest in the real world. And so I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a creative.
Mm-hmm.
I have to figure out how to match that my talent with some skills, and then take that and then figure out how to make some revenue off of it.
Yeah.
Um, and like I said earlier, like my dad was a performer. My dad was a rapper. He's a singer, a comedian, all
Mm-hmm.
these things. Probably the most talented man I've ever met. But my father quit. Like as I learned more about him, it was like he had all these talents, but he never, if they
Let
didn't
his
bring something,
dream
like he,
die.
yeah, he let his dream die. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm literally the sum of my parents' two parts. Like, and I'm like, well, this is my opportunity to take the gifts I've been given and to use them, and I'm not gonna quit. Like that's been me since I was 6. Like whatever, I'm not gonna quit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Getting into the industry, I think when I was 10 years old, I was living in Atlanta, Georgia, and that was my first time in a choir at school. And my choir director, Wayne Steffens, who was in relation to the Brad, and like he'd been in the industry, and he saw something in me that I hadn't realized yet, and he got my mom to agree for him to do private lessons with me, private voice lessons. So I would stay after school, have choir rehearsal. Then after choir rehearsal was over, he would stay with me and train my voice. And he started booking me to perform places, getting me in talent shows. And there was an opportunity for me to go into development. And unfortunately, we weren't able to take that deal at that time. But that's when I knew, like, oh, I could do this for real. And I've kept that with me my whole life through whatever the twists and turns. So I was like, okay, everything keeps pulling me back to this. I need to pay attention and follow what has been outlined for me to do. And so when I moved to LA in 2010, I was working at CBS at Entertainment Tonight. I got a chance to network with so many people and, just being in that space and feeling like this is where I'm supposed to be. Like I'm supposed to be around creatives. I'm supposed to be part of the culture. And when you know, you know. And so it's just really just been about like understanding who I am and allowing that to create space for me.
Okay. So give us all the tea on your single Bang.
Bang was released on, I think, the day before Halloween. It wasn't a track that I thought I was going to release. I hadn't really released anything since 2018. Which was a little promotional single, Hookahs and Henny, which was born off of a Facebook Live on my page. Somebody had sent me the trap beat. They wanted to see if I could rap on a trap beat, and I literally wrote something and performed it on Facebook. And then it went viral, like 10,000 views, like within like a day or two. I had never experienced that before. So I ended up recording it and making a song and putting it on SoundCloud. Got a chance last year to perform at Lincoln Park Music Festival, performing that song, which made me the first openly LGBTQ artist to hit that festival stage. And so I was like, had to sit in that. Like me doing something for fun allowed me to kick down the door for another LGBTQ artist. So that next year it's not remarkable. You know what I mean? But I got back in the studio and wanted to like flex my pen a little bit. And I played the song. I performed it for Open Doors this year or Newark Arts Festival, and it just kind of manifested itself into being a single. And so it's here. It's on iTunes, Apple Music. It's actually my first song to go on major streaming platforms for sale.
Come on, congratulations!
Yeah, so I'm excited about it.
That's what's up. See, then you can tell me how I can get my stuff together. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you're already on Kindle. You already got your book out there, and people reading it. So. You probably can teach me a couple of things, but
look, we can help out each other in this business.
Absolutely.
Because we need to uplift each other and help each other out. So
right.
So yeah, do you have any plans for an LP or an EP in the future?
I'm currently working on. Well, first of all, thank you all so much for having me. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. And I think Clubhouse now at AllTheTEA. You can find me on Facebook at PrinceDerekDoll as well. And make sure that you go and get Bang for whatever streaming platform you choose: Google Play, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, all the things. And thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate you for having me tonight.